Welcome to the video, you guys. I thought I would make a sketchbook tour of my last actually finished sketchbook that I have. This was the beginning of 2024 to about mid-2025, so around June 2025. Yeah, it took me quite a while to fill. That's usually my issue with sketchbooks. But recently I've been having a lot of fun with them, so I thought I would go through this one so I would feel motivated to use my other sketchbook more and make another one of these very soon, hopefully. In a few months' time. That would be great. Anyway, I will just jump right into it. I am one of those people that likes to just use all of the stickers that I get at conventions and stuff for decorating my sketchbooks. Some of these are my own, others are not. Yeah, let's get right into it. I left this one free so I could put the date on it, but I haven't really done that yet, so I will. Alright, let's jump right into it. Here we have, you can tell that this is probably around the time that I was playing Baldur's Gate, because this gentleman looks very similar to our good Lord Astarion. And next to him, I drew a Yaskir. As you can tell, unfortunately, some of the pencil, the graphite transferred, but that's just how it is. There was once a beautiful woman here. Not anymore. Now it looks like a ghost. Alright, here we have some of my colored pencil sketches. I really love working with colored pencils. I think they're super fun and variable, and I do kind of like how my art style looks a little bit softer with colored pencils. Drew a really beautiful, sexy vampire lady. Here we have some more color pencils along with, I think this is ballpoint pen? Yeah. These ones are not really my favorite. I think they kind of look a little bit boring. I could have filled the page better. I think it could have made it look more interesting, but that's okay. Here I got my new Posca pens, and I really wanted to try them out, see how they looked. I just drew some cute animals. This is actually the inspiration for one of my sticker sheets that I made later. These fluid chickens, because I thought it just looked kind of like Illuminati. No, it just kind of looked like a bag of some kind of fluid. Don't ask me how my brain works, okay? There you go. Look at that. I even forgot that this was going to be the next page, but this is actually the sketch for the sticker sheet that I made. Some fluid chickens in here. And then here we have some Billy and Steve from Stranger Things. This was a request for one of my top tier patrons, and I had to try to draw this digitally, but I just couldn't make it work, so I decided to do it traditionally, and I think it came out pretty nice. Here we got some ballpoint pen. This is actually, I don't know if you can recognize him, but this is supposed to be Andy Samberg. It doesn't really look like him, but that's okay. And here's my OC, Kaito. Looking at these pages now, I'm just like, this looks so much different from my sketchbook now. Not bad in any way, but like, just not really eye-catching, to be honest. But, I mean, it's a sketchbook, so it's supposed to be there for sketching. This is actually one of my tabs for Baldur's Gate. We started a group, group mission. What is it called? Just another group with my D&D group, and we haven't finished at all yet, but this was my tab for that group. Kind of doing a little bit of a dark run with the group because none of us can do it on our own. All of us feel too bad when we're playing on our own, but when you're together you can motivate each other to do horrible things. So and here we got some more sketches. Nothing too crazy, I think. Kind of boring. I really like this one. I think she looks really pretty. I really like the purple and the blues together, and the slight shading on her face, and her brows are really cute. Should revisit, because I really do love drawing horns and fluffy ears. If you couldn't tell. And we got some Critical Role fan art. Got some backs. This is Vox Machina, and I just kind of felt like drawing them. I think I was rewatching season 1 with my boyfriend at the time, and I just kind of wanted to sketch them because I love these characters so much. Oh yeah, and then I started drawing up some weird little bugs for a bug sticker sheet that I wanted to do. I haven't really gotten around to finishing that because I just didn't come up with enough bugs. So this will have to wait a little bit more. I still have to come up with some more fun sketches, but I do quite like all of them. I think especially like the butterfly is really funny, and this one, when life gives you shit, lay your eggs in it, you know. Very accurate to the times we're in right now. Then I wanted to draw some more colored pencil pieces. You can see that like these pages are not really like filled properly. It's not really satisfying for me to look at these now because it's just like, I don't know, I can tell that I really didn't feel super motivated to sketch when I made these. I wanted to try drawing some more older people because I tend to draw just younger people. Well, youngish. Yeah. Then we got some fine line sketches here. I actually quite like these. I drew these just with fine liner straight on top of the page because sometimes it's really fun to challenge yourself to not be able to erase, I think, especially on the sketchbook. I think you should feel comfortable trying out things and daring yourself to try something that is a little bit scary. I know, really scary not being able to erase. But yeah, you can tell that I was, can always kind of tell what time this was because this is clearly inspired by Wolverine. So I think this was around the time that Deadpool and Wolverine 3, the movie came out. I quite like this piece actually. I think it looks kind of neat with the glowy orange and the color combination with the green and the red. It's nothing like super bomb, but I think that was when I was starting to try and like experiment a little bit with more mixed media. Yeah, I think it looks kind of cool and super punchy with the orange. Yeah, I really like these pages here. As I said, I really just love drawing with colored pencils. I think it's just one of my favorite mediums because it tends to fall to the softer side in my art style. Yeah. This is actually also one of my OCs. He's a dwarf, and he has an elven scientist boyfriend that he's lovingly looking at. Yeah. Yes. The Bill Resurgence online. Of course, I was like, oh man, this is motivating me to draw some different Bill designs. I didn't actually end up doing anything with them, but I was just kind of like reminiscing about Gravity Falls and Bill Cipher as a character. I do think he's just one of my favorites overall across time. And then here we got some sketches of characters for a future project. They're, can't really say too much about this yet, but if you follow our webcomic Online Niece, this is something for the future. Not gonna say too much, but keep your eye out. When I drew this, actually, I was at my friend's place, and they were playing BioShock for me, and as you can see, I was very much in love with her, Elizabeth, I think her name is, and this is the third one, BioShock Infinity. I think, God, it's been almost a year. It's been a year, yeah, since I drew these, but the friend who was playing the game for me, I was watching her play. I just really wanted to draw something as like a little bit of a thank you for just letting me watch her play. This is roughly inspired by that. Ballpoint pen directly on the page, no sketch. I mean, with ballpoint pen, but ballpoint pen. Yeah, just kind of like laid it out on the page. Looking at these pages is so unsatisfying to me now, because like my sketchbook now, I've been a lot more experimental, and I can tell that I was very much in my comfort zone of drawing portraits with this specific sketchbook. Most of my sketchbooks in the past are portraits, just faces, different expressions and stuff, but looking at it now, I don't know, I think it's just kind of like, I don't know, I could have done more with this. I was just very, very much playing in my comfort zone of drawing people's faces. So I don't know what this is. Someone's jumping on this sexy orc's shoulder. So yeah, I think I was like, yeah, I should maybe draw like a full body sometime. Yeah. Yeah, we got some more expression work, just different faces. I do that sometimes when I feel like I'm falling into a rut of just drawing the same expression over and over. And it is very fun and a very loose practice. I like doing it. This one, I actually really, really like. I do think that I should revisit this piece and maybe draw like a digital version of a tiger, centaur. Yeah. Now that I draw more animals. Yes. I'm trying to see what this is. Oh yeah. This was like different sketches for print ideas. Didn't really come to anything. Not yet. But we will see. I drew some bad cats and some people. I can tell that I was not happy with this page. I am not now either, but I can tell that I didn't like this page when I was doing it, because I can tell how I lost interest in making it look cool. Yeah. Here we got a sample of one of my washi tapes that I wanted to put in there. And then we got different facial expressions. She looks crazy. Like she's really mad. I wonder what she's up to. We got some bodies here, some poses. Nothing too wild. God, look at that butt. Little baby. And here we are falling a little bit into my D&D campaign that we are in. We are playing Icewind Dale, and there's creatures like Axbeaks, and I really just love creatures, and I love creature design, so I was just wanting to sketch those a little bit. I did draw, I don't know if that was last year or earlier than this, but I did do a piece of my D&D OC with an Axbeak in a snowy storm, and I really love how that turned out. Should draw more stuff like that. And we got here a really cool lady with some taser guns. I don't don't know. That's why I love drawing, because you can just make shit up. Got some more faces. I don't know. This is just not really interesting. I know that, like, just to look back at, I do think I've improved a little bit since this. Yeah. This here guy, I remember drawing him in a meeting at my part-time job. This does not really make it look very good, because obviously you can tell it's kind of a demonic thing, but I don't know, I kind of like him. He's a weird looking dude, and he's just like, hey, coming for you. I don't mind it. You can come for me, guy. You look cool. Super friendly. Look at that smile. Yeah. Alright. Finally one that I don't have to turn the page for. This is my OC, Kaito. He smokes. Don't smoke, kids. It's bad for you, okay? And then we got my other OC, another D&D character, Leovarin here. Having a little bit of a drink, and then just some other cool looking people. I like this page. I found my alcohol markers for this page. You can tell that, like, whenever I get to work with a different medium, like a different kind of pen or anything, I usually liven up again, because I get to kind of be more experimental and do stuff that isn't really in my comfort zone. Yeah. Then here we got some more cool people. This is actually a friend of mine that I drew. I was visiting them at their house, and they were doing some embroidery on a crochet kitty that they were making for someone. Also, they just look very cool, so I was like, yeah, I should draw them. This gal I was also using alcohol markers for, and yeah, I think it's fine liner. I don't really care much for this piece. I don't really like the color combo. I don't like that I made her skin so yellow. But that's what sketchbooks are for, to try out things, and if it doesn't work, well, then that's fine, you know. Oh yeah, Bob's Burgers. I love Bob Burger. It's one of my favorite shows. I love it so much, so I had to draw them. Sorry guys, didn't mean to flash there. Yeah, and then just some cool looking people with my ballpoint pen. I do have a black one that I really love. It's usually the most cheap ones that just turn out looking really cool on the page. I don't know why that is. Oh man. Rest in peace. This was such a good fucking ballpoint pen, and I really miss it now because it just ran out. I did use it in my new sketchbook as well. Yeah. This guy I really love. I love fairies, if you know anything about me. Big fan of fairies, elves, just different fantasy creatures. This was sketches for a Secret Santa piece that I was trying to figure out if I wanted to draw no copy for them or a goblin shark, and I ended up doing a piece with a goblin shark. But yeah, this page is kind of like whatever. You can tell that I was just kind of drawing on top of the other sketches, trying to figure out. I really like this piece. This is a piece that I drew with a brown fine liner, no sketch. I just kind of like started out with this person, and then the rest of it happened. I do think it looks very, very cool. Very surreal. Still using my strengths of drawing faces, and I do love drawing patterns. It can be very therapeutic for me. Then here I got some sketches, some thumbnails for a lino cut piece I did actually. Let me grab that one really quickly. I ended up going with something like this. do think she ended up looking pretty cool. It is the biggest one I've done to date. Yeah. Alright, then we got some fine liners, some purple fine liner pieces right here. I do like how these turned out. They're not like anything crazy, but I do like them. Here you can tell that I got a new medium. My friend Milo gave me some markers that he didn't really want to use anymore. They're like pastel-y, and they're just really fun to use, honestly. I think a fly just flew in my window. Okay. Yeah, I really like how she turned out. I think she looks really cute. I like her hair. These shoes are really cool too. Then we drew a kitty. I think I was actually at my friend's place for these pieces. He has cats. I think I was drawing Merlin here. I just love cats. They're so cute. One day I will have one of my own. Even mention it here. Thank you, Milo. Here we got like a Pedro Pascal look-alike. Perhaps. I don't know. Another page where I was just practicing different expressions. This was also with a fine liner. I should do this more often. It's really fun. And here I was kind of like stuck a little bit, feeling a little bit art blocked, and I had a marker that was running out. So I just kind of drew like some patterns on there and then decided to try and find different things in those patterns, like a snake here, like a little wizard with a planet. I don't know. I didn't finish it, obviously, but I think it's a very good practice for when you're feeling a little bit stuck. Yeah. Here we got a piece I did for one of my patrons. This is his character, Bagreth. I've drawn a character sheet of her, and he wanted like something with her going a little bit crazy. And as like with most pieces that don't work out for me digitally, I tend to switch to traditional to like switch it up, and that's what I did. And the same thing for Milo's request that month. This is his character from a game that he's playing. I don't remember the name of right now, but just a cool looking dude. Really enjoyed drawing with the fine liners and using the markers a little bit for shading and a little Posca for some flair. Yeah. Alright, I was actually doing some sketching of houses here, doing some sketching of like my table, some still life. In my opinion, I always was better at drawing things just like looking at them and having something direct to reference from. That's why I don't really draw stuff like still lifes a lot, because it's just not that interesting to me. I don't really care to transfer something from real life one-to-one to the page. That's what pictures are for, in my opinion, photographs. But it is good to learn the basics and understand, how you're supposed to draw something, especially like houses and stuff. I do think that backgrounds is something that you really do need to like reference from things to understand how things are built up and everything. Here we have some ballpoint sketches. I really loved this piece, this sketch specifically, that I ended up doing a traditional full-size A4 piece of something similar. She ended up looking a little bit different, and I did sell that original recently at a convention. But I do think that the sketch of it is actually even a little bit better. But I do also really like how the original turned out. All right. Then we got some sketches for different washi tapes I wanted to make here. I do actually have these now, and then just some sketches of how it feels like to travel with the Deutsche Bahn. It's not good. here I wanted to draw some trees. I was on the barn and I drew some trains, drew some kind of dude that was like sitting opposite me. Sometimes it's good to draw from life, to remind yourself how things actually look, because I know that since I have been drawing from my imagination for a really long time, that I sometimes like get stuck doing something over and over that is actually not how it's supposed to be. Like when you're drawing a hand over and over and over and over and you stop looking at references of hands, at some point you just like take that as the new reality. Even if it's not true. Yeah. And I got some other colored fine liners that I wanted to try out here. Actually, I do really love this combo of the pink and the orange. It's just a really good combo, honestly. And there's also one of my OC's CCTV, because he sees everything, because he has so many eyes. And then we have another cute fairy here, because I love fairies. Yeah, I think here I was kind of getting to that point of a sketchbook where you're kind of like, okay, I know I'm getting close to the end, and you start getting up that hype for a new sketchbook, and you don't really want to finish the old one anymore. But I do actually kind of like how this looks. This one actually looks really cool. Different perspectives are really fun. Kind of love how the page is filled. Don't know why there's like weird little squiggles here, but whatever. This was also a piece for Milo. I drew his character traditionally, because I know that Milo also really just likes my traditional work a lot, so I tend to try and give him traditional works when I do have the inspiration to. You give me a gold pen, I will go ham with it. I do have a gold Posca pen that I really love using, and it just looks really nice on black. Oh yeah, here we got some some sketches that I did for Instagram. I asked people what they wanted, and then I drew just silly little things, some bats, some frogs, my OCs as tiny little sketches. This is CCTV as well. Got many eyes, because it's so small. Look at him. I love him. And yeah, more sketches. Kind of bad. I don't know why there's a flower there, but here we go. There's another piece of my D&D character, Nabalar, on a Axbeak. This is another Frenzis character. She's playing an Owlin. Yeah, super cute. And this is my other D&D character, Leovarin. He's a bard. He's a furbolg. Yeah, he plays the violin. Well, not the viola, actually, because he's so big. So, yeah. Then we got more OC things here. This is my OC, Miles and Kaito. And Miles is a monster fucker. Their boyfriend is CCTV, the one with the many eyes. And I really enjoyed drawing these pages with pencil, and I'm really glad that these ones, I think I did use fixative on these pages, because I was just like, I don't want all of my hard work to smear all over the place. So yeah, I do really love how they look here, the style. We're getting closer to the end. There's more or less effort being put into these pages. These are actually some sketches for charm designs that I ended up making. And I do love drawing bunnies, so I drew lots of bunny characters. I do have some OCs who are bunnies as well, and then some other anthropomorphic animals. I think this is this supposed to be a kangaroo? I don't know. It's something animalistic. And we got some more ballpoint pen sketches. That is a mouthful. More D&D things. Weird little creepy hut in a swamp. And then I drew a piece here that I really didn't like how the face turned out, so I put this thing on top and just drew over it because I see other people do that in sketchbooks, and I don't know why I didn't start doing this earlier, honestly. These here are little lino stamps I made. I made a little snail, and I made some band-aids that are crossed because my username is Once More Hurt, so I was like, I should have like a stamp that kind of represents me. Let me see if I can. Yeah, this is what they look like. My boyfriend 3D printed some handles, and then I just glued it on top, and now I can just use it as a stamp. Gave up, didn't really want to finish the sketchbook anymore, and then something hit me where I was like, okay, I should at least put some effort into the last few pages of the sketchbook. So I just let myself have fun without putting pressure on myself to make something look really cool, which ended up making it look really cool. Which is like a funny little thing that happens when you put less pressure on yourself. You kind of get to try new things and learn from that. Really like this tiefling person. I think they look really cool and hot. This was in June of this year. That's crazy. It feels much further away. Lots has happened. Oh my goodness. This piece, as you can tell, very experimental. I drew this in the evening when I barely had light. I might have been a little bit zooted. I love how it turned out. I think it looks really cool. I don't know. It's just something entirely different. And I think it definitely set the precedent for my newest sketchbook, which I'm really having a lot of fun with. Guess what, guys? More D&D. We have my Barbie Barbarian. Her name is Brizanthra. Breeze. I actually got to play her earlier this year at MCM with some of my friends. Yeah, I really love her. She's really cute, and she beats ass with her cute morning star. We got another cool looking tiefling. I really love her horns. As you can tell, I really have been enjoying kind of drawing night flavored things. This looks kind of unfinished, but I do really like how it looks. It's nothing like crazy new or anything, but like, I don't know, I just kind of like it. Especially the horns. They're really cool. I should draw them again. And then this is another piece of a future character that we are going to see more of in a couple of years, hopefully. I think she looks really cool. I also really love the sword that I gave her, that it's kind of like got nothing in the middle. That it's just got blades on the outside. Yeah. And the colors are just really cool, honestly. Yeah. And then I think these are the last 2 pages. Yeah, these are the last 2 pages. You can tell I was just kind of like excited to get it over with, start something new. Nothing crazy. Some interesting faces, some lips. But yeah, nothing really cohesive here. Very sketchbook behavior. And then back here there's only there's some notes. And then there's some more stickers. Yeah. And that would be my sketchbook from last year and this year. I'm excited to show you guys what I'm working on in the future. I have lots of new ideas, lots of new, I don't know, I'm just feeling like I'm in a very experimental and developmental phase right now, which I'm really having a lot of fun with. Just to give you a quick sneak peek, this is my new sketchbook. It's a different format. I really actually didn't think I would like this format so much because it's kind of slimmer, but yeah. And just to give you a little bit of a taste, this is kind of what this sketchbook is looking like. D&D character again, but yeah, it's a lot more just me trying stuff out, and I'm having so much fun with it lately that I'm really excited to see where this is gonna go. I finished this one in June, and as you can tell, I've already drawn a lot in this new sketchbook, and it's only been a couple of months. I've just been having a lot of fun with it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, this little sketchbook tour. If there is anything else that you would be interested in seeing from me, please let me know. I love making art, and I love sharing art with you guys. And if you guys like my art, please follow, leave a comment, subscribe, all of the things. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.